In this video, I will use a program called Anime Shader to express texture and color on the model I created. I'll be coloring it while considering shadows and other aspects, so I'll switch the 3D view to render view. In this state, press Shift+A and select Light to add a point light. Select the light and use the GZ keys to move it up, GX to move it sideways, and GY to move it forward. Next, to light it from both sides, duplicate it with Shift+D and move it horizontally with G+X. The brightness of the light can be adjusted from the Power tab. Store the lights you create in a collection. Select the two lights, press the M key, and name them Light. Now you can store it in the Light folder. Next, open the shading panel set here. We will perform shading work in the shader editor panel at the bottom of the screen. First, as before, switch the 3D view to the render view. Once preparations are complete, we add color and texture to the existing mesh. First, assign the material from the body mesh. You can add a material by selecting the body mesh, going to the Material tab, and selecting New. Name the material Skin. When you add a material, a box called Node is added to the shader editor. Principal BSDF is a node for expressing the color and texture of an object. You can adjust the color of the mesh by setting the base color. The material output has the role of outputting the color and texture created in this shader editor to the 3D view. The left side of the node is the input terminal, and the right side is the output terminal. For example, if you disconnect the surface terminal, the color and texture information from the principal BSDF will no longer be reflected in the 3D view. I'm going to start coloring with this base color, but I want to change the color settings a little bit. Color settings are made through the Color Management section of the Render Properties. Expand Color Management and change the view transform from the current Filmic to Standard. Now the 3D view will show the same shade as the base color. Next, I create something called an Anime Shader and set it up so that it creates an anime-like effect with clear light and shadow areas. First, press Shift+A and click on the color ramp in the converter. Shift+A, add Diffuse BSDF from Shader. Shift+A, add Shader to RGB in the converter. You can connect the Diffuse BSDF and Shader to RGB by holding down Alt and right-clicking and dragging. To be able to use right-click drag to connect, you must have the Node Wrangler add-on checked. Conversely, to disconnect, hold down Ctrl and right-click and drag to disconnect. Next, by connecting a color ramp from the shader to RGB, you can reflect shading information in the color ramp. The color on the right side of the color lamp is the color of the lit side, and the color on the left side is the color of the shaded side. In terms of composition, The color ramp produces the anime colors with clear shadows, and the principal BSDF produces the texture of objects. In order to mix these two, we will add one node. Shift+A, add a shader mix from the shader menu. If you bring this near here, it will automatically be added. Right now, the mix shader is only connected to the principal BSDF that creates the texture of the object, so we will also connect the color ramp that creates the anime colors to the shader. Now that we have the basic configuration of the anime shader, we want to actually add color to the character. I'm going to add colors by extracting colors from the image, so I'll open the reference image by clicking Open. Once you open the image, extract the skin-colored areas. Select the left shadow color stop on the color ramp and choose the color below. Click on this spot mark and use this spot to extract the color of the shadow area of the image. Similarly, select the color stop on the right where the light is hitting, select the color below, and use the eyedropper to extract the color of the area where the light is hitting. This makes the shadow areas look a bit dull, so I'll increase the saturation a bit. Click on the color in the shadow area and slightly increase the S value to increase the saturation. As a final fine adjustment, since the shadowed area is a little wide, move the first color stop a little to the left. Next, set the hair material. Select the strand of hair, go to the Material tab, and select the skin you created earlier. Then click this icon to duplicate it. When duplicated, the name will change to one with a .001 at the end. Since this is hair, we will change the name to here. Now, let's extract the color just like before. Click on the color of the shadow area on the left to extract the shadow areas from the image. Similarly, click on the color of the light area on the right to extract the area where the light is hitting from the image. Add color to the other strands of hair as well. With Here.Mesh selected, hold down Shift and select the strands of hair you want to copy. With this source active, click on the arrow in the Material tab and click on Copy Material to select it. Now you can color all the hair strands at once. Next, we will color the scarf part. Select the scarf part and from the Material tab, choose the anime shader you created. Click on this icon here to duplicate it and name it Scarf. Once that's done, set the color from the color ramp. It extracts the shadowed area to the left of the color stop, and the lit area to the right of the color stop from the image. Now, let's add color to the body mesh. First, hide the Here.Mesh collection for the time being. I want to select the hair part, so in vertex selection mode, I'll use Alt plus click, Shift plus Alt plus click to select the edges around here. To select this inner region, go to Select Loops, and select Loop Inner Region. In this state, Click the plus button in the Material tab to create a new slot, then select and assign the hair you just created. Next, create a material for the whites of the eyes. I'll use Alt plus click to select the loop around here, and then I want to select the inside in the same way, so I'll go to Select, Select Loops, and select Loop Inner Region. Click the plus button to create a material slot. For this, select an appropriate anime shader. Duplicate this and name it White Eyes. For this color, shift the color stop overall to the left to reduce the shadow areas. Click Assign. Create the underwear part in the same way. Next, create the nails. Switch to face selection mode and press C to switch to circle selection mode. Use the mouse wheel to resize the circle and select the 4 faces of the nail. Press Ctrl plus twice to extend the selection by 2 levels. Click the plus button to create a new slot. Select the anime shader as you like, and duplicate it. Let's call it Nail. I would like my nails to have a slight pink color. Click Assign. I also want to reduce the roughness and increase the specular value a bit. Next, we will add color to the mouth. Press the Tab key to switch to Edit mode, then press Shift plus Z to display a transparent wireframe. Use Alt plus click to select this area, then go to Select, Select Loops, and select Loop Inner Region. In this state, press Ctrl plus I to invert the selection, and press H to hide it. Press Ctrl plus I again to select the mouth area, and press Shift plus Z to toggle the visibility. Create a new slot with the plus button and select an appropriate anime shader. Duplicate this, name it Mouth and click Assign. Apply red color to your lips. Once you're done, you can revert to the original settings by pressing Alt+H. Next, add color to the clothes. Click the plus button to create a material slot. Select an appropriate anime shader for this and duplicate it. Name it Uniform and extract the color as before. Next, we will assign a material to the shoes. Create a new material with the plus button, select an appropriate anime shader, duplicate it, and name it Shoes. Click Assign and adjust the color. Finally, the facial features. First, the eyebrows. Create a new material for this. Select a suitable anime shader, duplicate it, and name it Eyebrows. The color will be a slightly lighter black. Apply color to the eyelids and eyelashes in the same way. Finally, assign materials to the teeth and tongue. Create a new material with the plus button, select an appropriate anime shader, duplicate it, and name it Tooth. Once you've finished adjusting the colors, create a new material using the plus button in the same way. Select an appropriate anime shader, duplicate it, and name it Tongue. Finally, make any fine adjustments that concern you. Thank you for watching. This video focused on shading the body and face, excluding the eyes. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials.